Okay, so this video will be about the VBA code behind the server status. So the server status screen, that if you've seen that before, that pops up that actually shows the VBA code behind that, if it's active or inactive. We're going to go ahead and import these into our system. Now again, when it comes down to it, we've done some testing before, again on the last video, where we showed how to write data to the PLC using VBA code. Again, it's very similar to what we showed right here. Now when it comes down to it, this video is going to be about the HMI server, so we're going to go ahead and add these in here. Now these are on my desktop, and I'll show you. This is the server status screen and the extended server status screen. We're going to import these in. We're going to come down here. One of these looks just like this, and the other one looks just like this. So this is basically for a larger scale system, and this is for a smaller scale system, which is the primary, secondary. Currently, let's see how this looks. Okay, so currently it comes in as default. It's an older code that Rockwell's had for a while. Rockwell does, this has been active on their system for quite a while. It works on just about all the versions. I'll show you the dates behind it. But again, it does actually default and pull in your application name at least. Now we do need to come in here and change some of the stuff, so let's go ahead and do that to get this working. As you see, our HMI server is not registering, and our alarms and events are not registering. So let's go ahead and get that working. We're going to minimize this so you understand the root behind this. The data server in our FactoryTalk links is going to be important, and our HMI server name. So let's right click, open up VBA code. I'm going to scroll to the very top. Now the very top, this as you can see, there's tech notes in here that show this was developed originally in 2011. It's not something new. This is what the user can, this is what's basically defined as what the user can edit, what they should be editing, and again, if they have a secondary server, this is what should be edited as well. Now, with this said, we're no longer using the HMI server of Instant Fizz. Our name is going to be VBA. That's what we named the actual server. And we're not using an area, so in this case we're going to change the area back to the root, which is just a slash, and then we're going to change this to be called VBA, because that's what we called our actual HMI server is VBA. If you see that right here, it's called VBA. Now the next thing's a little bit more tricky, right? Because again, this was developed in 2011, and at that time they had FactoryTalk Enterprise or RSLinks Enterprise. So we do have our area, instead of calling it data area, we have it data server. So we need to change that. Alright, so we'll change that to data server, and then we're going to change this to FactoryTalk links, just like it shows right here, data server and FactoryTalk links. Alright, so let's go ahead and save this, and we can exit, and we'll see the status of this now will actually be changed. This shows our HMI server is active with no partner, and this shows the data server with the FTView alarms and events. That's what hosts the alarms and events is your FactoryTalk links. If you're curious about that, you can open up the properties here and see that that's what hosts your alarms and events right here. That's what they're calling the alarms and events. We're not actually using the alarms and events tag server, so we don't have to actually show that. We can actually remove that from the actual, if you are using it, let's just say if you are using this though, you can I don't know, I didn't mean to make it so big, but if you are using this, you can actually change the VBA code to actually work with that. Just make sure you add that into that name. Again, scroll up top to the editable code and put your name of what you're using right here, right? So if we were to have that in our system, we would have again, if we were coming to our system and add a new element, as far as your FactoryTalk, alarms and events, we would come down here and add that in here. But we currently don't have that, right? We currently have alarms you would have to currently add that stuff in here. But again, without doing so, we can just ignore that because again, we don't have it. So if we don't have it, you can actually just completely remove this from that, or you can actually do visibility and hide that factor. We just wanted to show real quick in this video how to get that working. And it jumped off the screen real quick. So how to get this actually working, because it went full screen. So how to get this screen working and how to get it actually working for you to see what this whole system works and looks like, right? So real quick, it's not new code, but again, you need to know how the VBA code works and how to address it with your application, how your application is laid out, how to actually tag it the proper way. Again, it shows the computer name, it shows the application name, it shows the FactoryTalk links and the data server. So when it comes down to it, I just wanted to show a real quick video on how to, navigate through that code, edit that code, show where to change, what not to change, and how to get it working for you. Hopefully that was helpful, and we'll see you guys on the next one.